Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance Gail Teixeira says transparency and accountability and the process of consultation in decision-making have been the hallmarks of successive PPPC governments. These are demonstrated, she noted, in the number of community outreaches across the country led by His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali and his cabinet members. Ministers are also consistently meeting with organizations, unions, and agencies relevant to their sectors.
Whether it is an issue, Lennox, of drains in my street, whether it's issues of, farmers' prices, whether it's issues of Armenian land or women's issues, that's for the last year and a half, there's been an explosion of people in our country going to these bottom house meetings, these community meetings, these town hall meetings, and being free and open whether they voted for APNU or the PPP or ANOG or whoever to represent themselves. That is inclusivity.
Minister Teixeira's statement comes on the heels of recent media reports of civil society groups accusing the government of not consulting citizens on key issues. She said the process of inclusive governance has been reflected in almost every bill, including the historic local content and the Natural Resource Fund NRF bills, which were brought to the National Assembly by the PPPC administration. Even at the level of her ministry, the minister noted a number of consultations have been held with organizations. Two of those consultations held this year appraised of the draft Expanded Low Carbon Development Strategy, LCDS.
Some of the NGOs who are complaining were invited to my stakeholders meetings. Now, one or two of them came under different names, under different NGO names, but the NGOs who were complaining were invited. And so, but they didn't speak.
Prior to 2020, a National Stakeholders Forum was established in 2008 and chaired by the then President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo. That forum, which had about 100 NGOs involved, would meet about 3 times a year to deal with issues that were politically problematic.
One of the characteristics of the PPP, and if we look from 92 to 2015, was a whole range, a consultative process that was emerging. So when we did the domestic violence bill, the medical termination of pregnancy bill, highly controversial. It went through layers of consultations. When we did the constitutional reform process, 1999 to 2001, again, the Commission heard hundreds and hundreds of recommendations, went out across the country, did the same.
Minister Teixeira stated that civil society groups in Guyana must develop and become a stronger, more responsible voice in order to play a greater role in the governance of the country.